that stupid hat off. Take that stupid hat off. You're a bunch of clowns.
That is actor Robert De Niro shouting down a Trump supporter outside the courthouse in New York City, where closing arguments are underway in the hush money trial. The case could go to the jury within hours. Thanks for joining us, and David Ono.
And I'm Colleen Sullivan in for Ellen Leyva. You're watching Eyewitness News at 4 live on ABC 7, Hulu, and wherever you stream. Prosecutors and defense attorneys are hoping to convince 12 jurors to reach a verdict in their favor in the criminal trial of Donald Trump.
The dueling closing arguments come after weeks of heated testimony, and Eyewitness News reporter Josh Haskell is here with a look at how the trial took a twist when an Academy Award-winning actor turned up outside the courthouse. Josh.
That's right. Well, the prosecution, they are wrapping up closing arguments right now, and the jury could begin deliberations as soon as tomorrow. If you needed a reminder that we're in an election year, Robert De Niro showed up at court today in the role as Biden's surrogate. After 5 weeks of testimony, the hush money trial against former President Trump is close to being in the hands of the jury. During closing arguments in Manhattan Tuesday, Trump's attorney Todd Blanche told jurors President Trump is innocent and that the district attorney has not met their burden of proof. The prosecution has tried to convince jurors to convict Trump on 34 felony counts of falsifying business records, arguing he tried to hide damaging information from voters ahead of the 2016 election. Prosecutors have argued Trump ordered his former attorney Michael Cohen to pay adult film actress Stormy Daniels $130,000 in exchange for her silence about their alleged sexual encounter, then labeled it as a legal expense. The prosecution's case has called 20 witnesses, including Stormy Daniels and Michael Cohen. Today, the defense told jurors Michael Cohen lied to you and said Cohen is the human embodiment of reasonable doubt, adding, "You cannot send someone to prison based upon the words of Michael Cohen." Outside the courtroom, surrounded by members of his family, Trump had this to say.
This is a dark day in America. We have a rigged court case that should have never been brought, and it should have been brought in another jurisdiction. As you know, we asked for that.
In their closing arguments, the prosecution said Cohen got the jobs the defendant wanted to keep quiet, telling the jury, "We didn't choose Michael Cohen to be a witness. We didn't pick him up at the witness store. The defendant chose him as a fixer because he was willing to lie and cheat." Outside the courthouse, actor Robert De Niro and 2 former Capitol police officers who were working at the Capitol on January 6th slammed Trump at a campaign news conference for President Biden. De Niro saying Trump wants to sow total chaos.
I don't mean to scare you. No, wait, maybe I do mean to scare you. If Trump returns to the White House, you can kiss these freedoms goodbye that we all take for granted. And elections, forget about it. That's over. That's done. If he gets in, I can tell you right now, he will never leave.
In response to his appearance, Trump advisor Jason Miller said the best the Biden campaign could do in attacking Trump was to, quote, roll out a washed-up actor. Deliberations will likely begin tomorrow, and Trump could face prison time if convicted, but will almost certainly appeal.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content by clicking the subscribe button for our YouTube channel. And download the ABC7 Los Angeles streaming app on Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV, and Roku to watch on your TV.